I think there have been discussions with both teams about a possibility of fighting after the Junior 5 fight, but I've said to
Right, yo, what's happening, people? It's Brett here from Bad Intentions Boxing. We've got Joesph Parker back with us. Absolutely humbled and privileged to have him on again. Joesph, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. Good morning. Good morning.
Good evening again. I think this crossing backwards and forwards, it's wet and cold again. Did you ever expect anything different in England? Right, let's get into it. How are your final preparations and how are you gearing up for your fight?
Preparations are good. I know I talk to a lot of fighters. Camp is where, obviously where all the hard work is done, training, resting, eating, training, eating, resting, all of that. And we have 3 weeks before the fight. So I think everything is on point at the moment. And I guess, with the last 3 weeks, just have to stay focused, do everything right, and then look forward to a good result and a good performance.
Have you struggled, or has there been any changes in getting sparring partners over? Obviously, with the situation and everything at the moment, I imagine you've had to adapt to how your training needs previously were as to where they are now.
Yeah, it's a lot different training here. This is our first camp in New Zealand since my third professional fight. So it's a long time ago since we've trained here in New Zealand. We had a fight here, or training camp here. Most of our camps are in Vegas, and we are open to a lot of sparring partners in Vegas. And different, there's a lot of champions that come to Vegas, and Vegas is a place where boxing is big, and so we get the opportunity to spar with a lot of people. In New Zealand, it is quite hard, but I found some good guys giving me some great work, and I'm very fortunate to have these guys here giving me great work, and I feel like they're giving me the best work that I need for the fight I have coming up.
And on that, I suppose, with the sparring and preparation for training, have you recovered now fully from the, I think we was aware a few weeks ago you had a surgery on both elbows?
Yeah, I had surgery on the 1st of December and the 11th of December. So both arms. It's pretty much recovered. There's only a little bit, muscles are a bit sore and, just got to get physio, massage and all that. But, come fight time, there's no excuses. Both fighters should be at 100%. Both should be ready to go and give it everything they have.
And this leads on to our fight, obviously, with Junior Far. We're well aware that there's been some needle between both coaches. Obviously, what are your thoughts on Junior Far and how do you see this fight going?
Any fight that I sign to be involved in, I back myself 100%. I know that opponents that I do have are going to come ready. They're going to come firing. They're going to train their best to give everything they have, because it's an opportunity for either fighter to climb the ladder, to get closer to that goal of being champion of the world. For me, for the second time, then for the first time. He's a fighter who's, he's got some good height. He's got good reach. He's actually not a bad mover for a big guy. So I'm not quite sure what his game plan will be, but our game plan will be going in there and we need to throw a lot of punches. We need to be busy. And I see the fight going, obviously, a win for me, and I would like to get a knockout.
There was a bit of critique, and I saw this morning when I was looking online. Obviously, I'm sure you're well aware of the post that Derek Chisora posted on his Instagram account yesterday. And I think the response from some people, there seemed to be a mix as to actually some people were saying, is there the potential that you're overlooking Junior Far, or is this something that Derek Chisora has done off of his own accord?
I think there have been discussions with both teams about a possibility of fighting after the Junior 5 fight, but I've said to the team to keep me out of it. I don't want to know anything about it until the 29th of February. And the 27th, we have the fight, 28th, relaxing day, and the 29th, we can talk about upcoming fights and different opportunities or different fights that we can be involved in. But for now, my focus is on Junior 5 because I need to win this fight. This is a very important fight for me to get a good result with.
And it's a fight, obviously, that's massive, with the fans in New Zealand and obviously over in the Australasia side, there'll be a lot of fans tuning in, as I will, in this country, nationally and globally. So it's a big, big fight. And I think the potential after that is that, again, it unlocks a lot of doors. Have you heard any more potentially back from the WBO or that current situation on Alexander Usyk? I know some time ago there was, I think, a report that had come out that said Joe Joyce and Usyk would fight for the interim belt.
Yeah, I saw some news floating around about that possible fight of Usyk and Joesph, but I'm not sure with the, I'm not sure how the system works sometimes. Sometimes it looks like it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't look like it makes sense with the rankings. But I think us as fighters, we just got to focus on our job, which is to train hard, fight well, and then I think the rankings will take care of itself. So as much as a lot of people are saying, oh, you're ranked here and you're ranked there, as long as we do what we have to do, things will fall into place.
That's great. That's great to hear. If you got anything you want to say to the fans, anybody watching nationally, globally, obviously where to watch it, what time the fight's at, the date, and obviously a message to anybody else or Junior Far who's potentially watching.
Yeah, our fight's on the 27th of February here in New Zealand, so that'll be the 26th. Oh, probably the 27th, right?
Yep.
But it's the morning.
Yeah.
And my message is just, firstly, is for everyone to keep safe. And love and prayers goes out to all those, to you guys in the countries that are on lockdown, because here in New Zealand, we're pretty blessed and fortunate that we can, go out in the community and we can have events with crowds. And then just tune in for a good fight. There's a lot of things that people say, we want to do this, we want to do that, and this fight, you have to expect this, expect that. I'm just going to go in there and have fun, but get the work done. And by that, I mean, I need to get there and get in there and take care of business.
That's good. That sounds definitely like fight talk there, and it sounds like you're well prepped for the business. I think before we end it, because we're well aware that you've got a busy schedule, you are going to get off and go training, so we've got no issues with that. The 3 quick fire questions. We'll do it again if you're happy to do it, Joe.
Yeah. Hit me.
Okay. Is Joesph Parker going to have a world title fight in 2021?
Possible. Oh, is it yes or no? Yes.
Will Joesph Parker knock out Junior Far?
Yes.
Who has the best fight fans in the world?
Who has the best fight fans in the world?
Brilliant. We'll leave that one. We'll leave that one where it is. You can throw that answer back to us. That's absolutely fine. Joe, again, you've been an absolute pleasure. What a gentleman for you to have on with us. We wish you every bit of luck in your quest for victory on February the 27th. Fans, please tune in. This is going to be a cracking fight. I'm Brett Redman. This is Joesph Parker. Let's go.
Let's go.